Tonight, Facebook is taking new steps to stop election meddling. Good evening. I'm Richard Quest in New York. Just a few moments later than usual after that exclusive reporting on the Kushner and the Mueller investigation. And now on the Russia question, after the FBI indicted 13 Russian nationals and said the Russians used social media to sow fear and discord in the United States, Facebook has updated its plans to prevent it in the future. And unusually, Facebook is going to send postcards via snail mail to anyone who wants to take out ads mentioning a candidate's name. They say it will verify the advertiser's identity and the location. Facebook's also working on a tool that will notify users if it's believed they viewed propaganda. And Facebook has doubled the team that identifies and shuts down fake accounts. All in all, the social media needs to get this plan in place before the US midterm elections later in this year. Because during this election, intelligence officials say meddling is going on around the world. Now, let me show you. Take a look at it. How did Russia actually do the meddling in the election that everybody is talking about? Facebook itself, of course, isn't accused of any wrongdoing. According to the Mueller indictment, the company's toolbox, the various things that they have amongst them and available, made it that easy. For example, their advanced advertising algorithm, which would, as you can see, their advanced algorithms allowed Russian trolls to target specific communities. Follow veterans US, if you know the difference. Gives you an idea. Americans.veteran sponsored an Instagram site. These are the sort of things that they were using. Then the ads got people to join various groups. For instance, this is a famous one that we've seen. Hillary Clinton is the co-author of Obama's anti-police and anti-constitutional. Down with Hillary. Being Patriotic was the name of this particular group. And once they were in the group, the trolls fed them propaganda. There was more, though. They used stolen Facebook identities. The trolls stole the identities, and they appeared because they were real Americans. And then finally, this is not as touchscreen as it used to be. Maybe we need a new one. There we go. Facebook then unwittingly gave the trolls real-time data that made it all the more targeted and more efficient. One last go. Ah, yeah, it does work eventually. Matthew Chance is outside the building where it all happened in St. Petersburg. And, oh, good grief, Matthew. That looks, where I come from in Yorkshire, we describe that as very parky.
It certainly is parky out here in St. Petersburg, where, as you quite rightly mentioned, I am standing outside that very building that was mentioned in the US indictment from the Justice Department as being basically the place where those Russian trolls were employed, where they carried out all those illegal activities, essentially, that you've just itemized there with your touchscreen television, and indeed, you know, took part in that alleged conspiracy to sow chaos and discord across the United States. That all took place in that office behind me. This is the only glimpse we have of a Russian troll factory in action. The undercover video was recorded inside the secretive Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg, where paid internet provocateurs worked 12-hour shifts, distorting the US political debate. CNN spoke to a Russian journalist who went undercover there as an internet troll in 2016.
The US elections are the key issue for the Kremlin, and of course Russia has invested a lot of effort into them. That's why the troll factories are working, I have no doubt.
And this is the publicity-shy Russian oligarch now indicted in the US for bankrolling the troll factory. Yevgeny Prigozhin, dubbed by Russian media as Putin's chef, has lucrative catering contracts with the Kremlin, but denies any involvement in election meddling. Americans are very impressionable people, he told Russian state media. They see what they want to see. I have great respect for them. I'm not at all upset that I'm on this list. If they want to see the devil, Let them see one, he added. But the possible extent of Prigozhin's alleged involvement in the often shadowy world of Russian foreign policy is only now starting to emerge. He's already under US sanctions for supporting Russian forces in Ukraine. And now, through a complex web of relationships, he's suspected of links to covert Russian mercenaries deployed in Syria, where CNN has reported several were killed in a recent US airstrike. Prigozhin denies any connection to the group. Whatever the truth, Putin's chef and his network of secretive companies seem to extend far beyond the kitchen. Well, Yevgeny Prigozhin, a very mysterious figure and very close to the sort of centre of power here in Russia. As I say, believed to be the man who bankrolled this troll factory. There have been other denials as well from Russian officials, Richard, not least from the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov. He called all of this blather, but also from the Kremlin, who have reacted today for the first time to the indictments, saying they see nothing here that suggests that the Kremlin or Russia was officially involved in the meddling scandal.
All right, so let's assume, for the purposes of this next question, that everything is accurate that we've heard about the indictments. Does that mean the whole thing is, just busted, and therefore that building behind you, because it is now known and they're on, the authorities over here are onto them, it serves no purpose? I mean, what are they going to do next?
Well, look, I mean, from the point of view of the authorities, the whole reason for creating things like this is that it is not official. The people that work inside that building or wherever the troll army is relocated to are not government employees. They're run by private business people, which provides a high degree of deniability to the Kremlin. That they're saying, look, yes, there may have been Russian officials involved in us, but it wasn't us. We can't account for the criminal enterprises of individual Russian citizens. In terms of what this factory is doing now, it was supposed to be closed down, and we were expecting to see no one, but people have been coming and going out of that door there behind me the whole of the day, and they've only just actually switched the lights off.
Matthew, thank you. It's cool comfort for you. We've just checked. It's -8 degrees Celsius where you are, but I'm guessing it feels a great deal colder than that, and you should probably be wearing a hat in that sort of weather.